East Coast. Hi, Ryan.
This is going to be a bad storm for the west coast of Florida. There's really no question about that. It's just a matter of where exactly will the storm make landfall. And that's something we're still trying to hone in on, and we'll be doing so over the next 24, 48 hours. I want to talk a little bit more specifically about Ian. Here's the storm on the satellite imagery. You can see it looks much more like a classic hurricane now than it did last night at this time, when it was still a tropical storm. And a big reason why we are so concerned is because of the angle of approach this storm will take to Florida's west coast. Right now, it's south of Cuba, but it will be moving into the Gulf of Mexico early tomorrow morning, and then that's when it will be strengthening. The real concern here is that the west coast of Florida will end up in what's called the right front quadrant of the storm. This is the most dangerous part of the storm, with usually the strongest winds, but as you also just heard there, the worst storm surge. That's basically flooding from the ocean moving on land, filling up the bays, the inlets. And the Tampa area in particular is at a very low and flat elevation, so there can be a lot of flooding from water there. Tornadoes are also possible in this part of the storm too. The real question mark over the next 24 or 48 hours will be, where exactly does the eye come ashore? Does it come ashore in Tampa, or is it a little south toward Fort Myers, which is still a possibility? And actually, a couple of our models in tonight hinting more toward a southern landfall. We'll talk more about that in just a moment.